what we're here to do today, we're actually in the Big Smoke in London. I know, and I had to come away from Portsmouth, the seaside and everything, to have a chat with you and just have a sit down and firstly just obviously let the guys know a little bit about who we are first of all, obviously what your job role is, how we became involved together, what our businesses do together. So my name is Becky Lodge. I'm the business founder of a company called Kanga. I'm a sales, marketing and advertising consultant. I've known Melanie Davis of BE Group for 4 years now, I think, just about. And we've done lots of events together. We know each other very, very well. We've consumed tons of chocolate, lots of cake and loads of caffeine. So I think it's one of those situations where we know each other inside out and back to front. So it's just about letting those guys out there know what our relationship's like and what kind of business results we've achieved together, really. So do you want to just sort of explain a little bit about BE and what you guys do?
Yeah. So BE Group, the section of BE Group that I work in, we specialise within business development, business support, business capacity building, so whether that's through events and workshops, whether it's through one-to-one support, online learning tools, mentoring. We've got loads and loads of different avenues in which we provide support.
We started initially, I think, just by a phone call and sort of talking about an online sales and marketing toolkit. There was 2 separate toolkits there that I helped you devise. Firstly, I think the marketing toolkit was full of obviously marketing tips that SMEs could embrace quite quickly, and also the same on the sales front, which was sort of lead generation-esque, looking how to drive growth, how to do things, giving them a formal process. So can you just explain a little bit more about how that came about? And obviously we were sort of working with a large construction body on that as well, in terms of funding, I believe. Just tell us a little bit more about that.
Of course, definitely. I mean, obviously, as I touched on before, we work primarily with the small and medium enterprises. So we're fully aware that they're very busy. They might not have a lot of spare time during the day. They might not have time to take out to go to a workshop or time to take out for one-to-one support with a consultant. So we decided that we'd devise a platform with online learning tools, so they can access this in their free time. They can download it so that it's on their computer. They can reference it as and when they like. They're very easy to use. They're about 20 to 30 slides long, very bullet pointed, straight to the point, very easy to reference. We want them to use it as a reference document for when they're working in future. We want them to filter it down their organisation so that the support carries on going. I particularly liked some of the sections that you input, such as external portals that they can use, chambers of commerce, external networking events that they can attend, loads and loads of innovative ways of marketing and generating new sales that they may not have already known about. And I think what's really, really important in this day of age as well is to move with the times and move with the contemporary world, especially in the business world as well. Social media is massive and a lot of organisations don't know how to use it properly, or how to access it, or how to begin, where to begin. The same with digital marketing, and it needs the expertise of someone like yourself to come in and actually help to develop and work directly with these companies and organisations and make sure that they're growing effectively.
I think on the workshop side of things as well, it was great because we had quite a sort of a tight workshop number of between 10 and 20 people, and we had great engagement. And it was literally like, people came in the room, a little bit jaded because it was the first thing in the morning and they hadn't had the first cup of coffee, and then we cracked open the Quality Street, and then we got talking, and it felt like a really supportive environment. And I think that that's what we do together quite well, is that support, is that that no fear type of thing of getting in a room and saying, I can be honest about how I'm feeling about stuff. I need to be remotivated and reinvigorated again. I need to go back up, get back out there and go at it, because they're such competitive industries, and they can be incredibly male dominated. And it's also that these guys actually feel secure in saying, I know that I'm at the point where I need the help, and then signposting them accordingly, really.
For the initial workshop that you delivered for us, one of the things that you did, which I thought was great, you asked the organisations what subjects they want to cover, so that people, you might have a room full of 20 people, but then they ended up leaving feeling as if they had one-on-one support. And it's very difficult to strike that level of support with a room full of people. And I think the only way to do that is identify what they want to get out of the workshop before the workshop begins. And again, it helps with the rapport building, and it helps with people opening up and getting involved. And I just thought it was a really, really good method. And feedback was great. The workshop was really, really well delivered.
we know that their time is so precious to come out of those four walls of that organisation because they're so busy in the day-to-day, of their SME, and they're still hands-on in some cases. So we need to actually provide really good value for that. And also there's tools, and I've had some feedback from the guys who we did the construction workshops with, who are actually embracing some of the lead generation tools that we looked at from Lead Forensics. They're going out there, they've got new sales, they're thinking about their marketing in more specific areas, and they're being more targeted about that, and I think that's a really big win for you and I.
Well, that's the thing. I mean, that's the end point that we want. We want these businesses to be winning more business, making more money, growing, developing jobs, creating jobs, giving back to the local community.
But I'm very conscious that you're busy today, and I wanted to thank you for your time and popping in. And actually what we're going to do now is just go and crack open the Quality Street, really, isn't it, I think? Or something along those lines. But thanks, Mel, so much for your time. I do appreciate it. That's you. You're more than welcome.